was very nervous, but meeting everybody, that made me feel a lot more comfortable about it. And after the first half of it, I was shitting my pants, and then after that, I figured it out a little bit, and it was good though. I had an amazing time.
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely grew up doing doing theater and working on that kind of stuff, and then that was already a transition when I started doing my own videos and that kind of stuff, being able to be responsible for all of the work that goes into it behind it, the pre-production and the post-production. You have to do all of that with that stuff. I think what's probably the biggest difference is it's crazy that we don't really even see dailies. So you're used to seeing a video and being oh, do I like that? How does that go? Did that work? Anything like that. But I think it's also kind of liberating to give that responsibility off to somebody else, and you just really get to focus on the craft. Yeah, I like that.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, but that was definitely a factor coming in play. When we create our own content, we can look at playback and decide if we want to change something. We shot the entire series with not one playback, so it's we really don't know what's going on, so we just have to really trust the directives.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. So you guys really kind of just went into this and pretty much so it's basically one take, and that was pretty much.
We would do multiple takes,
but we don't know if the first take works, so we have to tweak something for the second take. We just have to trust the director.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't know if you look dumb on camera. You can't say, "Oh, I gotta fix my hair."
So basically, if an episode comes out and you look really stupid, that's it. There's nothing you can do about it.
The next 10 might look just as bad.
Yeah.
But it's not about looking pretty, it's about looking real.
Yeah, I understand that.
Meghan, sorry, Meghan, you're obviously a big YouTuber channel fan, and a lot of huge people look after you and stuff. How did the fans react when you got the part?
I think they were really excited. I think it's something that I've been auditioning in LA for a while, and I've done smaller things and little things that sometimes they never see or they never really get to hear about. With this one, all of us, or at least the girls in general, we know, we started auditioning. I was auditioning for this last October, a year ago. So this was kind of one of those processes. You don't really let your fans or viewers in on I'm up for a really cool role. You don't really ever say that. So when it gets to the point,
I might not get it.
Yeah, you don't want to disappoint them, because you also don't want to get your hopes up. So then by the time that for this one, it was kind of an unexpected snowball effect with how much farther I got into this process. Oh wow, this is really gonna happen. This is gonna happen. I was wait, and Hulu's not they're gonna see this. This isn't something that I'm whatever. They might end up seeing it. I think they're excited, especially because they recognize people from everywhere else. They recognize Leo from Disney, and they recognize Hayes and Melvin, and they love Liza, and the fact that we're all such great friends, they've been able to see on Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff that we actually hang out. So I think people who were excited about us separately are now knowing that their favorite people are all together shooting something. And as of now, my entire feed of all of the time and my retweets and my mentions is all about it. So I think they're gonna be excited. I hope so, and I hope they like it, because it's definitely a lot of pressure. You've got when you've got millions of people looking out and being let's watch her performance, let's critique that. We all have that. We've got people who are specifically looking to see how you do. So I hope they like
ready
it.
for us to mess up.
That's a very great, interesting point. I want to dive a little bit into that, because technology comes with brand new advances, and like you said, you guys brilliantly, as millennials, were able to use YouTube Vine to your advantage versus maybe the Gen X people. That went through the more traditional route of acting. Did you guys kind of feel any kind of animosity kind of going through those challenges, from normal actors that went through those traditional paths, maybe through musical theater, through regular agency roles, to get to this?
You were doing movie stuff prior to all of this.
I was doing I have a lot of credits.
His
just
IMDb
doing
is
movies,
insane.
trying to work, and I just seen it the way I looked at it was, if I'm doing these projects I really don't want to do, my career is in the hands of a casting director or a producer or a director who have to give me an opportunity. They have to see me as this type of guy, and they give me an opportunity to show that I can do that. But through social media, I have an avenue and an outlet to really create whatever character I want. I can perform in that character and just create my own content, and my destiny is really in my own hands. So I just look at it as a new avenue to reach the traditional space, which a lot of people are trying to move into. Yeah, so it's definitely different. I do see a lot of animosity through comedians and stuff too, just because it's a different route. But I mean, it's a new day and age, and you can get with the times or deal with it or not.
I kind of think it's one of those things for the people who look at it as like, oh, this person, like, just because they have this many followers and they look down upon that, I'm like, okay, you try. Like, you go ahead and make a YouTube channel. There's like successful people who are like successful models and actors and people who have been so great in the traditional space that were given like one amazing opportunity that like set their career off. Whereas we're basically creating our own pilots and they're failing and some succeed and all of that's still there. And other people who are looking down on it, I don't think it's necessary. It's not easy. Like the fan base doesn't come overnight. You can't build a follower if you're not following, if you're not engaging. And it's kind of like everyone who's watching it is the casting director. Like they're all
these kids like shoot off and get up really big really quickly, and then like they don't maintain their following over time, and they just fall off. You know, and that's the last thing I want to do. Obviously, that's followers. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm like completely go to a different subject here, back to Freakish. But yeah, dude, it was just like I think I'm really excited for my fans to see. Like I'm really excited to hear what they think about my acting in this role. I'm nervous as shit, but like, you know, good or
it's
bad.
Normal.
I think it's
First time job.
You specifically, you're so natural in the role. There's like, no, but in the way like the scene that we have, like even in the pilot where we're like standing by the fence or whatever, like every time I've seen it, I've laughed because it comes from such a genuine place, which I think is cool.
You were yourself, you were entertaining, and regardless of anything that any critics might want to say, like we're proven to be entertaining. That's why we do have followings the way that we do. People choose to follow us. It's not like a network put us out, promoted us, and say, hey, they're on at 9 p.m. Central. Yeah, they chose to follow us. So regardless of anything, we're proven to be entertaining. So in the right light, being authentic and organic, you know, we're gonna satisfy the audience.
I've got a question for you guys. Being this is kind of your first horror, if I'm not mistaken, right? How do you guys feel about that? That your career is going to be based on from a horror movie,
That's
a horror show series?
In a million years, I could have gone back 3 years, and I was like, I never said like, yo, I'm gonna go act in a show. Like that was the last thought in my mind. I was a little young kid playing football in North Carolina. Like I never in a million years thought I'd be doing this right now. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm very blessed for the opportunity, but. I don't know. I'm just happy. I would have never met these guys. You know, like that's so insane. Like if it wasn't for social media,
Social media.
I would like I would have never met either of these people. I'm so thankful for that I have.
I like this fan base too. I think it's really cool. I did a horror short before, and I liked it so much more than I had ever anticipated. And I did a short, like, I'm like, oh, yeah, super scary. And it was a girl who got killed while periscoping. He was like stalking me. It was so freaky. So I liked it so much more than I had thought I would. And I've never been into watching the genre because I'm so genuinely scared. And then that's when the director was like, those are the kinds of people who should be in the genre. People who are genuinely terrified. So I don't know. I really like the aspect of it. I do. Always crying and scared.
Horror is hard. Like coming into it, I really didn't want to do another horror project. I've done like 3 or 4 horror projects, and it's a hit or miss. Because if it's not scary, people really don't want to watch it. If the storyline's not good, they don't want to watch it. So it's so many factors that come into play, and a lot of it is post-production. So it really doesn't have too much to do with you. It's the camera angles, the sound, the audio, the effects. Everything. So I was kind of skeptical because I'm like, if it's not scary, it's gonna not do what it needs to do. But I was blown away watching it. I was jumping around, and I'm never really scared at anything.
I can't wait to watch the whole thing. I really just seen that first episode. I'm like, I don't like,
And guys, just one more time here, just from the other cast. When is it coming? When will it debut?
October 10th.
October 10th.
Y'all say October 10th. 10/10. So much cooler to say.
They all drop on Hulu.
That's a rare occasion where you can just say
10/10.
2 numbers in a row.
10/10.
They drop on 10/10. You can watch 2 episodes for free every day next week, starting on Tumblr, and they'll only be available for a week for Freak Week. But then it's all on Hulu.
Oh, on Hulu.
Starting on Monday.
All right then, go watch it, guys.